Spirit Airlines is canceling flights and people are showing up to the airport with no idea of what's going on. So, if you have a flight book with them, or honestly, any airline right now, I need you to hear this before you waste your time, your money, and your energy. I'm actually in Rome right now, and I'm supposed to be resting up before my 2 cruises, not filming breaking news videos, so this was a total shock to me. But this is one of those situations where if you don't know what to do, it can throw off your entire trip. And when you're traveling, especially internationally, you don't have room for any kind of confusion like this. So here's what we know right now. Flights are being canceled, travelers are being impacted, and there's a lot of mixed information that's floating around about what people should really do. And that's the problem, because when people don't really have clear direction, they default to doing the wrong thing. They start to panic, or worse, they wait. Number 1, check your flight, and I mean directly. Not Google, not a screenshot somebody posted, not what your cousin said happened to them. Go directly to the airline app, go to your email, look for your reservation, whether you're on Spirit or you're on a different airline, because this is going to impact travel across the US. Travel is personal, and what's happening to somebody else's flight might not be happening to yours, and vice versa. And if you don't have an active boarding pass, or if you see a delay or cancellation notice, that's your answer. Don't guess with travel, confirm. Step 2, do not go to the airport blindly. Friend, please, this is where people mess up. Do not just go to the airport hoping that it works out. I know people think, well, let me just go talk to somebody. No, you and 500 other people are going to have the same idea. And now you're standing in line for hours, tired, frustrated, just to be told what you could have already seen online. Airports are not where you go to figure things out. Airports are where you go when things are already confirmed. Number 3, and this is the one people resist, book a backup flight as soon as you know that there's a problem. And let me explain why. I had a similar issue when the Brightline trains over in Florida. I was going from Miami or Fort Lauderdale to Orlando, and almost the exact same thing happened, but the trains broke down and there was a lot of chaos. So not quite the same experience, but it's going to have a similar impact. Basically, what I did, because my cruise was for the next day, I try to make sure I have some wiggle room in my plans. I don't book flights or trains and things like that on the same day as my cruise. And the only time I'm going to book 2 cruises that are in a different port on the same day is if the ports are really close together, like Miami and Fort Lauderdale. Other than that, you should not be booking your transportation on the same day that you need to be to a place when there's a train or plane or some kind of longer transportation being involved. Even if it's a car ride, if it's like more than 4 or 5 hours, you never know if there's going to be traffic. With that being said, what I did in this situation that I was in when the Brightline train broke down, I saw that there was a lot of chaos and everybody was trying to book flights. They were trying to get rental cars. They were trying to get on buses. They were trying to see if they could get on another train, all kinds of things. So what I did in my situation was I went on, and it just so happened to be Spirit Airlines. I went on and booked a flight from Miami to, well, it was Fort Lauderdale, to Orlando for early the next morning. And that was my backup plan from the train. And I decided to go ahead and still wait at the train station. And it just so happened that even though I think my train was supposed to leave around 6 or 7 p.m., I just stayed there and hung out. The train left like really late, like around 10 or 11, and we got to Orlando after midnight. But I did have that backup flight in my back pocket, and I was able to cancel that, and I was able to get a credit with Spirit Airlines and use that on a different on a later flight. But this is obviously a different situation. Now that everyone knows that all of Spirit Airlines flights have been canceled, all those people are going to be trying to book other flights. They're going to try to get on trains, buses. They're going to try to get rental cars. So those are thousands of people in your airport and millions across the country. So as I was saying, every minute that you wait, listen, friend, prices are going to go up, seats are going to disappear, options will shrink. So what was a $200 solution an hour ago is now $400, $600, or completely gone. And people say, well, I don't really want to spend more money if I know I'm going to get a refund. Okay, friend, I get that. But you have to decide, are you protecting your money or are you protecting this trip that you want to go on? Because those are not always the same thing. Airlines are going to refund you eventually. They're not going to fix your plans in real time. They don't worry about the trip that you're trying to get to and all the other things that this transportation issue is impacting on your end. Step 4, credit card protections. This is where your credit card matters, right? And this is why I always talk about this on my channel and talk about looking into the fine print of what your credit card is actually going to cover for you. If you use a decent credit card, you may have trip interruption coverage, you may have travel delay coverage, or at a minimum, you have the ability to dispute the charges, right? But here's the part that people kind of skip over. You have to follow the process. You have to show them what was booked, what was canceled, what you paid to fix it. That's why documentation matters. This is not the time to be casual, friend. This is the time to be organized. Well, it's always time to be organized, but right now it's even more important than usual. Step 5, save everything. When I say save everything, I mean everything. Email confirmations, cancellation notices, receipts for new flights, even screenshots from the app. Because when it's time to get your money back, nobody cares what you remember. They care about what you can prove. And the people who get their money back the fastest, those are the ones who are prepared. Let me say this clearly. The biggest mistake you can make right now is waiting. Friend, don't wait. Waiting to see what happens, waiting for an email, waiting for the airline to figure it out. No, this is an urgent situation if you have a flight, whether Spirit or another domestic airline. This is urgent for you right now. And waiting for the airline to figure it out, no. By the time they figure it out, you've already lost your best options. And now you're stressed, now you're overpaying, and now you're trying to recover instead of just moving forward. Hope is not a travel strategy. This is why I move the way that I move when I travel. I don't rely on things going perfectly. I don't assume the airline, the train, the bus, whoever is going to take care of me. I plan for flexibility. Because once you're out there, especially like me, traveling to another country, you don't have the luxury of being stuck somewhere. You either have options or you got problems. Like I said, I'm in Italy right now, just hanging out in Rome. I've been dealing with jet lag. I haven't been feeling great. Just trying to get myself together before my 2 cruises. And even in that, I'm still paying attention to what's happening because travel changes fast. And when it does, you need to be ready to move. Friend, if you think this is stressful, this is exactly why I plan ahead when I travel. I actually talked about a situation that could impact some upcoming flights of mine. Watch this next video right here so you understand how I think about things like this before it happens. Don't panic, just move smart.